So today we will start practice the way I start every single yoga practice that I do by myself, in wonderful heart bed. So take a bolster towards the back of your yoga mat so it's vertical. It will align with your spine. And it might be handy to have a block or a pillow nearby to add on for this shape. And just catch the bolster underneath your spine. Start to fall your spine down onto your bolster. You might opt to take a block under your head. I'm not going to today, but you choose your own adventure. And now take the soles of your feet together. And again, you could slide blocks under your thighs for a little added support or not. And take your hands either to rest on your tummy or open your arms out alongside your body. Close your eyes and start to take really expansive breaths. So the kind of breath that when you inhale, you can feel your body pulse out in all four directions, up and down, right and left. Good. And then when that breath comes back out, your body retreats back through center. So as you inhale, there's this expansion, this opening. And as you exhale, it's a closing, a small movement in. Keep taking these big, full breaths in and out through your nose. And as you do this, can you notice how you're doing? Notice how your physical body is feeling. Notice how your mind is feeling. Check in with your energetic body. Even your spirit or your soul. And as you allow your physical self to simply drape over this propping, begin to reflect on what you might need to add into your life or subtract out of your life to feel more balanced, to find equilibrium. Maybe it's more sleep, less coffee. That would be mine. More play, less work. More movement, less sitting. And as you sit here, can you just find these dichotomies or opposing forces and speak them to yourself, just like I did? More play, less work. More friends, less family time, whatever it might be. And some things that come up might surprise you. You might have just one or two, or maybe an endless list of more and less. I'll let you just sit in this initial meditation for the next few minutes. Notice if your mind has wandered, come back to this intention of finding equilibrium, starting with your mantra repetition. More X, less Y. Filling in the blanks, repeat this mantra to yourself 3 more times. Take a long, deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Blink open your eyes. Use your hands to glide your legs together. Push into your elbows nice and slow. Come all the way up to sit. Good. And when you get there, take your hands onto your thighs, and right away, could you start to move your torso? So you're just going to float your body around in this really fluid shape, side to side. Let your head be heavy, heavy as you do this. Turn in the opposite direction. And now peel your body up through center, elongate your spine, pull your shoulders to your ears, and just start to roll your shoulders up and down. 3 big shoulder rolls in each direction. You're taking yourself to the yoga massage therapist for the next few minutes here. Easing out all those little bits of tension, stress. Good. After the next shoulder roll, you can drop your shoulders down and also drop your chin down. Take a big breath into the back of your neck. Exhale, roll your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Inhale there, feel that stretch along the side of your neck. Exhale, drop your chin back through center and take the opposite ear over to its corresponding shoulder. Inhale when you get there, stretch the side neck. Exhale, drop your chin back through center. Pick up your shoulders, pick up your head. Good, and now take your right hand down onto the mat beside you. Inhale your left arm up and over. You're finding a big side body stretch. 3 breaths, those really expansive breaths, pour in and out of your nostrils here. Use the 4th inhalation to pull your body back up through center and tilt right on over to the other side. Catch yourself here. Take 3 big full breaths in and out through your nose. Brilliant. Inhale back through center, reach your arms high, and now take your hands onto your shoulders and roll your elbows around in great big circle shapes. The slower you go, the deeper you go is a really real statement for our movement practice. So as you turn in the opposite direction, maybe close your eyes, slow it down, and just notice what you can access when you take away the desire just to move through the pose, when it becomes less about doing it and more about feeling it. Brilliant. Take your arms long out to either side. Start to wiggle your fingers. And now bring your right hand towards your chest and then catch the opposite shoulder and take your left arm towards the opposite shoulder. So you're crossing your arms over your body and like you're slow dancing with your fine self, just start to move your torso around. And again, you might start to go a little lower. Maybe your head gets in there, just moving your body in a way that feels therapeutic. Notice which hand you have on top, and then just switch sides and go slow dancing again. Can you find a different dynamic movement to do in this next dance? What happens if you flex or extend your spine, move your shoulders, open and close your jaw, really just getting curious at how the body can move and how it responds to certain movements. Take your hands now down to the side, set any props out to the side, and come on to all fours. Come on to all fours. We'll be here for a bit, so if you have sensitive knees, place a prop under your knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Prep for cat-cow by first stabilizing. So your knees are beneath your hips, your hands are beneath your shoulders, and your core is engaged, like you're drawing those frontal hip bones in towards your belly button. And then with that strength through your core, of course, you'll let it go a little. Can you drop your belly, loop your shoulders back so your chest is spreading across your collarbones and look up? And now with an exhale, tuck your tummy in towards your spine, let your head hang heavy and look towards your belly button. Inhale, loop your shoulder blades back, lift your heart, lift your chest, peer up. And as you exhale, round into your upper back, you might peek right down your shirt here. Say hello to your beautiful belly. And then do that one more time. Big, slow spinal undulations. Perfect. When you arrive back at neutral, plant your right hand and extend your right leg back, keeping both hips level. Take your left hand forward and bring your attention again to your core. Can you draw your two frontal hip bones, so your ASIS, in? That will instantly make your belly button pull up and your spine and bum lift, and it will probably add a little more work to your core. Now, a tiny movement out to either side. So open your left arm to the left and spread your right leg open towards the right. And then pull it back in. Good. So you have opposite arm, opposite leg, and you're just opening in opposite directions. Left arm is extended, right leg is extended. Left arm opens to the left, right arm opens to the right. That's it. Opening and closing, and then notice how the belly wants to drop down and the core disengages. Can you draw your belly button into your spine, engage your deep core muscles? One more time. Good. Release through center, drop that hand down and switch sides. So it's the right hand and the left leg that extend. Pull your belly button in. Find your two frontal hip bones and imagine you could drag them towards one another, like they could touch. Now open your arm and your leg in opposite directions, right hand to the right, left leg to the left. Engage your core again, draw the belly button in. You're breathing and moving really slow here. One more time, open wide. And close it all back down. Round into your upper back. Take a big, big round into your upper back. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale. This time as you exhale, sink back, child's pose. Let your chest fall towards your mat. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, float back up. Exhale, take your right leg back and send your left arm forward. Same thing. So you're working on that connection through your core and midline, which is a pillar of any balancing shape. But this time, as you inhale, kick your hand and your foot in opposite directions, forward and back. And as you exhale, tap your knee to your elbow. Inhale to kick everything forward and back. Exhale, bring it through center and connect. Keep moving through this action. I'll keep you here longer than you probably want to be here. and noticing what happens when you stay contained and engaged through your core. Pulsing, extending, expanding, and then contracting and closing. Feeling your body in its introverted and extroverted positions. One more time into full extension or release. Set your knees wide, child's pose. This time in child's pose, turn your palms to face up. Place your palms together and bring your thumbs to the nape of your neck. If you walk your elbows forward, this should release through the back of your armpits and shoulders. 5 breaths. Good. Reach your arms forward. Pull your body back upright. Stabilize on all fours before you kick your left leg back and extend your right arm forward. Squeeze those frontal hip bones in so there's this incredible deepening through the core. And then begin pulsing in and out. A full minute here. Stay stable through your left hand, so each of those fingers are spread wide, pinning down into the earth. Your palm is rooted into your mat. Remain steady with your breath, not holding it. Keep moving. Two more. Come into full extension, take a breath in. Exhale, drop your hands down, drop your knees down, nice and wide. Inhale, lift your left arm high. And as you exhale, scoop your left arm under your right arm, lower your left ear to the floor, walk your right fingers up, maybe walk your right fingers over. 5 breaths here. Push into your right hand, lift your hips up, unwrap your left arm, send it high. And now lower that left hand down. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, scoop your right arm under your left arm, lower your right ear, stretch your left fingers forward, let your sit bones flop down towards your heels. 5 breaths here. Wonderful. Push through your left hand. Inhale, reach your right arm high. And exhale, lower your right hand down. If you have that support under your knees, tuck your knees onto your prop again. And nice and slow, could you step your right foot forward? Step your right foot forward. Sink your pelvis down towards the earth so there's a deep angle on your left thigh. And now inhale, come up to a low lunge. Your hands will start on your hips. When you get here, scissor your inner thighs together so your right hip tracks back, left hip tracks forward. And now inhale, both arms up. You're really containing through the core to find that balance, steadying your breath to find the balance. And now we add drishti or gaze. So lock your gaze on something nice and still. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and reach over towards the left. As you do this, you'll start to move your right hip subtly, very, very slightly towards the right. Draw your belly button in and push your pubic bone forward, strengthening and engaging your left quad. Sink a little deeper towards the left. Pull back through center as you inhale. Catch the opposite wrist, your left hand with your left wrist with your right hand, and reach over towards the right. Play with the stability or the balance, and even consider throwing yourself a little off balance. Knowing that to come back to center, you need equal weight on the right and the left side. So maybe you kick your left hip out as you reach your right hand further. Good. Come back through center again. Take your hands now and interlace your hands behind your back. Plug your shoulders in towards one another. Lift your heart, lift your chest, sink deep into that right knee. Inhale, look up, engage your glutes. And as you exhale, fold forward, place your left hand to the inside of your right foot. You might heel toe your right foot open even wider as you reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in. Good. Exhale, lower your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Lift up your left leg and step back, downward facing dog. Stabilize here. Breathe here. If you need to move, you can move here. 5 deep breaths. Drop both knees back down onto your prop or onto your mat and step your left foot forward. So really focusing on going slowly, going deeply. Start to scissor your inner thighs together. Work your hands up towards your hips. Stall here. Scissor your inner thighs in, so there's this engagement through your pelvic floor. You can feel the strength. Reach both arms high and catch your left wrist with your right hand. Now, before you reach over towards the right, work on kicking your left hip out to find that center point, that equilibrium for your body. Sink deep into your left knee. Take a big breath in. Sink deeper through that side bend as you exhale. And now inhale, core stays strong as you return through center. Catch the opposite wrist. Reach over in the opposite direction. Notice what parts of the pose are feeling compromised. Maybe engage your glutes, your right quad. Pull your belly in, stretch a little deeper. And then inhale, pull body back through center. Scoop your arms behind you, just like before. Same. Reach your palms back, spread your shoulder blades together. Look up, inhale. Brilliant. Exhale, lower your right hand onto the inside of your left foot. Start to drive your left ribs up, stretch your left arm high. Inhale here. Exhale, place your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Kick back, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here, rooting through your palms and your feet. Can you allow your head to hang heavy as you push your chest back towards your thighs? If there's a prop in the center line of your mat, pull it out to the side before you hop or step forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Bend into your knees. Either catch opposite elbows, let your head hang heavy, or interlace your hands behind your head. And here you'll just ragdoll and drape your body side to side. And slowly lower your hands to the floor. And like a zombie rising from the dead, peel your body all the way back up. Observe that shift in blood pressure. Pause at the top. Mountain pose. Steady, quiet, and still. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Spread your toes wide, open your eyes. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Catch your right wrist with your left hand and reach over towards the left. Kick your hips towards the right. Squeeze your glutes together and sink with each exhale further and further into that side bend. Notice how engaging the muscles in your body from your quads to your core can change and support you in this shape. A really important part in your balancing poses is that you're always using your muscles. You're not passively existing in the shapes. Inhale, pull through center, catch the opposite wrist, reach towards the right, kick your hips left, creating that C shape, the curve or the moon shape with your body. Breathing to stretch, exhaling to sink. Inhale, pick it up, pull it through center, take your hands, interlace them behind your back. Lots of repetition here. Squeeze your shoulder blades in, smile across your collarbones, look up. Bend your knees, exhale, fold forward. Your hands might stay glued to your lower back, but they might soar up overhead. Breathing here. Carefully lower your hands down to the floor. Inhale, lift up halfway. Hands are on your shins here. Exhale, plant your palms. Please step back to a high plank and pause. Can you find balance even in high plank? Connecting to your midline from your pubic bone to your chest all the way up to the crown of your head. Inhale, push the earth away, and as you exhale, tuck your elbows in, count to 5 as you come down. For 5, 4, bend those elbows, 3, you're halfway there, 2, and 1. Drop your whole weight onto the floor. Take your hands outside of your yoga mat, step up onto all 10 fingers, push down through all 10 toes. Inhale, rise up in this wonderful serpentine cobra, lifting and releasing. Rising and falling, taking your spine through these extremely therapeutic spinal undulations. Good. Next time you come down, ground through your palms, flex your feet, push up, float back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through your nose. Please exhale, sigh out through your mouth. Look forward, step your right foot forward between your hands. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale, lift all the way up into a high lunge. Good, bend deep into your front knee. Tug your right hip back, pour your left hip forward. You're internally rotating that left thigh. And now open your arms wide and turn towards the right. Turn towards the right. Bend deeper into your front knee. Drop your right hand down your back thigh. Lift your left arm high. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, simply take your left hand to the inside of your right foot. Plant it flat on the floor. Inhale and reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Exhale, plant your right hand down. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Good. Inhale, step your left foot between your hands. Find that containment through your core as you scissor your thighs together. Push down through your feet to reach both arms high. Exhale here. And now carefully, patiently rotate your body to the left. Rotate your body to the left. Bend deep into your left knee. You're in a twisted lunge. Take your left hand down your back thigh. Reach your right arm skyward, even up and back. Slow and steady, bend through your right knee. Place your right hand on the floor on the inside of your left foot, or reach your left arm high. Inhale, rotate those left ribs up. Exhale, plant your left palm down, step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Inhale, waterfall your body forward. Bend into your elbows, count to 5 to come down nice and slow. For 5, all the way to your mat. 4, you're halfway there. 3, 2, and 1. Keep your hands where they are. Loop your shoulders back. Lift up just a tiny bit, baby cobra. Exhale, lower back down. Flex your feet, push up and back, downward facing dog. Bring your feet into touch, big toes touching in downward dog. Bend into your knees, so your hips fall towards your heels, your knees come close to the floor, and now just straighten your legs by any amount. And do that 2 more times, containing everything really small, and then extend it out big. Snuggle into this tiny little snail-like shape and return back to downward dog. Look forward, hop or step forward. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold and release. Push into your feet. Inhale, stretch everything up. Look up. Exhale, lower your hands to your heart. Pause here. Close your eyes. 5 deep breaths, mountain pose. Good. Lower your hands down alongside your body. Stay rooted through the sole of your right foot, and you're right at the top of your yoga mat. Look down the bridge of your nose at something totally still. Find that containment in your core and access a really pure type of consistent breath. And when all of that is happening, bend into your left knee and start to create circles with your left leg. Start to create circles with your left knee. These will create circles through your left hip. And then with a little micro bend in your right knee, you'll need a bit of space here, so be mindful of your surroundings. Can you start to make those circles a little bigger? This might require you to open your arms a bit wider. You're going to make your circles a little bigger. And now can you start to pour your torso forward as you make those circles? So it's like you're flirting with the idea of going into warrior 3, but you're just not quite there yet. The next time your left leg pushes back, push it all the way back, close to warrior 3, change your mind, come onto the ball of your left foot, reach your arms up, warrior lunge. Bend deep into your right knee. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. And as you exhale, open towards the left for warrior 2. That 90-degree angle is being preserved through your right leg. Place your right elbow onto your right thigh and stretch your left arm up alongside your left ear. Push your pubic bone forward. Think about scooping that left hip under and then press down through the outside edge of your left foot. Balance can be upper versus lower body. Try it here. Reach your right arm up alongside your right ear. Your core is strong and pulling out and open, so your left ribs are driving up. And now push into both feet, lift your arms up, straighten your front leg, arms are lifting up. Sink your left hip back, start to drag your torso and your arms forward, and when you get about halfway, take your right hand along the right shin, lift your left arm high. Again, tuck your left hip under so that pubic bone scoops forward, and you feel, I hope you feel the work through your serratus and all the tissues around that side body muscle. Take a big breath in. Good. Exhale here. Push into your feet. Inhale, lift back up. Good. Take your right hand now towards the upper right corner of your yoga mat. You can bend into your right knee to get here. Lift up your left leg. Turn your left toes towards the left. Flex your foot so your heel pushes back. And either place your left hand on your left hip or reach your left arm high. You're in half moon pose. A block is awesome here. Find your balance, find your stability. And now spread your right toes really wide. Try this with me. Even if you stumble, you'll just come back in. Push through the sole of your right foot. Start to lift up, lift up your torso. Keep that left leg lifted. And then take your right hand and your torso closer to the earth. Okay, second variation. Keep your torso still. Lift up your right hand and place your right hand on your chest. Poet's pose. Good, now place your right hand back down. Third and final variation, bend into your right knee, take your left hand down beneath your left shoulder. Bend into your right knee, level out your hips, point your left toes down, and now reach your right arm up. So you're in revolved half moon pose. Big breath comes in. Good, exhale, lower your right hand down, bend into your left knee, place your left foot, your left shin on the floor, and sit down, sit down, so you're set up for a seated spinal twist. Your right knee is bent over your left leg. Good. Take your right hand back behind you. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, rotate towards the right. Push your left elbow across your right thigh and turn your gaze behind you. Breathe in here. Breathe out to deepen that rotation. Inhale, come through center, pull it all the way around, unravel. And now as you return back through neutral, unwrap your legs, pull your knees in towards one another. Option A, stay here in Navasana boat pose. If you have lots of spinal mobility, take your hands behind your thighs and rock back and forth. And each time you come back up, try to find that same balancing point between your tailbone and your sit bones. Rocking and rolling, there's a lot of core strength that brings you back to center. And the next time you come back to Navasana, pause here, cross your right ankle over your left ankle, plant your palms, push back, downward facing dog. Walk out your feet. Inhale, funnel your body forward to high plank. And this time as you exhale, could you bend your elbows lower just halfway, turn onto the tops of your feet, loop your shoulders back, stretch out the front line as you look up. And now pulse your body back, downward facing dog. Take a few moments to breathe here. Bend into both knees, look forward, hop or step forward. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Root down through your feet, inhale, soar up, stretch your fingers high. And exhale, connect your hands at your heart. Same dance on the other side. Find the stability through the four corners of your left foot. Get a little gentle in that left thigh, bend into your right knee, and with all the balance and stability you can get from your core strength, your pure breath, your focused gaze, start to roll that right knee around, painting imaginary circles on the wall beside you. I grew up snowboarding, and everyone knew me in my hometown because I always had my arms out wide when I would snowboard down the hill. And so as you start to make these circles bigger, if it helps to balance, and usually it does, you can open your arms wide like eagle wings, playing, almost tipping yourself off balance. And here's the thing about coming off balance or falling out of balance, is that if you're conscious of it, if you're aware, if you're mindful, you can usually pull yourself back through center, whether it's in a yoga pose or at work or whatever it is that you're doing. This next time, can you go a little further, like so close to warrior three, and then change your mind, find that high lunge, soar your arms up. Pause here as you sink into your exhale. Open it wide, turn towards the right. Here's warrior two, a nice familiar place just for a millisecond. Bend into that left elbow, place it on your left thigh, and stretch your right arm alongside your right ear. Now find those frontal hip bones, hug them into each other. Your glutes will engage too. Stretch your left arm up alongside your left ear. Take a big breath in, roll your right ribs out. Exhale, sink a little deeper in your left knee. Inhale, lift everything up, straighten your left leg, reach your fingers high. Exhale, teeter your body forward. Your left hand comes to your shin or block. Your right arm stretches high. Feel that right side body stretch by rooting through your right outer foot. And now look down, push down, lift it all back up. Bend into your left knee. Find a block if you need to. Reset the stance on your mat if you need more space. Lift up your right leg. Ardha Chandrasana. In this first variation, your right foot is flexed. Your right hand is on your hip. Roll your right ribs open towards the sky. Your whole pelvis faces the right wall, the wall to your right. Option 2, reach your right arm high. This is where things get a little bit shaky. Option 3, lift up your left hand. It's almost like you're coming out of the pose. You get about halfway there and then you change your mind, tap that left hand back down. You might play with that, coming in and out of the shape. Falling is welcome. Just pull it back in a few times. Good. And if you've got it in you, you could take your left hand to your heart, find poet's pose. Breathe in. Now breathe out, drop both hands down, bend into both knees, stabilize and steady, level out your hips. Turn your right toes to face down, pull your inner thighs up and lift your left arm up, a revolved half moon pose. Big breath comes in. Exhale, bend into your right knee, drop it down behind that left leg, and find a seated spinal twist. Moving towards the left, your right elbow crosses your left thigh, gaze turns behind you, breathe here. Good, unwrap, unwind, take it all the way around you to the other side. And now pull your body back up, unwrap those legs, center yourself in the middle of your yoga mat, reach your hands through the inside of your thighs, so the inside of your thighs, and catch the outside edges of your feet. Either stay here, maybe your hamstrings are only going there today, or start to extend your legs. And if you've come into extension, pulse your chest up. Good. Option 1, 5 breaths here. Option 2, release your hands from your legs without going into a slow 2 spine. So keep your chest perked up, spine is long. For 4, 3, kick through your heels. 2, and 1. Drop the feet down, place the soles of your feet together, and right away melt over your legs, but don't become still. Today we're moving, so just rock your body side to side, juicing any of that tenderness in your lower back. Come through center, come through stillness. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, rise back up. Take the soles of your feet onto the floor, knees come together, and extend both legs directly out in front. Your toes reach up. Now inhale, reach your arms and your fingers high. Exhale, bend your knees as much as you need to, fold forward. 5 breaths. Good. Inhale, pull your body back up, reach your arms up like you've taken energy out and you're stretching it high, reaching it high. And now hug your left knee in, place your left foot to the inside of your right thigh, reach for the outside edge of your right foot. Inhale, your left arm comes up and over. Maybe that palm comes to the back of your head. It might, in fact, reach all the way over for your right foot. 5 breaths wherever you are. Inhale, come back up through center, listen carefully. Now bend into your right knee. Bend into your right knee and come onto the top of your right foot here. So your right knee is forward, you're on the top of your right foot. And then walk your hands back by any amount. You might come down onto your elbows. My hope is that you feel a stretch through your quad, the front of your right thigh, rather than your knee joint. If it's in your knee joint, can you lift up onto your hands and back out of the shape? If the work is in fact coming along your inner groin or into your quad, you might decide to go a little further down. 5 breaths wherever you land. To come out of this, just roll your body over towards the left, drag your right leg onto your left, and then roll back through center. Take your hands behind your thighs and rock all the way back up. Place your hands on your ankles, fold forward, breathe in. Exhale. Lengthen out your spine, stretch your right leg or your left leg out. Tuck your right foot into your left thigh and reach your left fingers for the outside edge of your left leg. Reach your right arm up overhead, either bend your elbow, take the hand to the back of your head, let that arm dangle, or deepen that stretch by reaching for your left foot. 5 breaths. Perfect. Unravel that shape. Your right hand comes behind you. Bend into your left knee. Try to work the top of that left foot onto the floor. This might be as far as you get, and this might be spectacular work for your body. If there's room to go deeper, you can always go deeper. If you feel knee pain, back off. 5 breaths. Coming out of that shape the same way you did on the other side, just roll your weight over to one side and take your time, come back up to sit. Now, if you have a block or a bolster, could you place that down along the center of your yoga mat? Place your hands down and work your body over your block for bridge pose. Your sacrum, that little bone at the end of your spine, will catch the block. Your shoulders will fall onto the floor with your feet, the tops of your hands resting on the floor. And you might start to witness this downward action in your body, like energy's moving from your pelvis down towards your head, maybe even right out the crown of your head. Take some time to release and relax here. 5 deep breaths. This might be perfect and you can linger here. The next option is to drive your knees into your chest and take your legs high, maybe wiggling your feet to start, moving your blocks so you feel really steady here in these legs up an imaginary wall pose. We're just inviting a flushing through your system. Take your ankles on a little ride, rolling them around in each direction. Open your toes really wide and then squeeze them in like you're making fists with your feet. And slowly, slowly drop your heavy, heavy legs down onto the floor. Lift up your hips. Move your prop to the side. Move your hips to the right. Let your knees fall left. Open your arms wide and take a few breaths in this sweet spinal twist. Curl back through neutral over to the other side. Back through center, and take your time to set up for final Shavasana, corpse pose. We'll be here for a few minutes and I'll pull you all the way out of the shape. And close your eyes here. And turn your palms to face up. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out through your mouth. And ask yourself, what do I need to find balance? More X, less Y. Filling in the blanks as you let your body drift away. If you have the privilege of holding Shavasana for longer, please stay and linger as long as you can. Otherwise, I thank you deeply for your practice, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful night.